Namaste, my beautiful people. I am just getting ready, starting this 5 minutes early to make sure that we don't have any delays today. So if you're watching this late, welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you're just joining live, thank you as well. We will be flowing with a playlist from Spotify. I'm gonna have to figure out eventually how to make the sound a little more high quality for all of you. But you can follow me on Spotify at The Power of Flowers. There are a lot of really interesting playlists on there. Things that my high school students have created for me, things that I just thrown together, and then actual flows or actual playlists. We are going to be flowing today with one of my Core Restore playlists. So I'm going to find it for you, and then I'll just see you all here in about 4 minutes. I hope your day's been magical and filled with love and light. Truly, namaste. Okay, Core Restore, where are you? It's been a long time since I've actually taught a yin class. So if you are flowing late, just fast forward about 5 minutes, just so you know. But that's the beauty of YouTube, is that we're not going to get kicked off of here like we did on Instagram Live. Hi, whoever's joining us. Namaste, thanks for being here. I'm currently going through Spotify to get at our playlist. Yes. Happy Tuesday. Hope your day's been magic. This is taking a lot longer than I thought because, wowie zowie. Yeah, I've got a lot of stuff on here. We're gonna go with Oneness is My True Nature. That's gonna be our playlist today as we move into our yin flow. So I'll just put that on here, type that up for all of you. Wanna flow with my playlist. On Spotify. And this is my true nature. There are emojis in it, of course, because I love emojis. Hi friends, yay, you're joining. All right, let me get us ready to rumble with all the yoga here so soon. You're feeling fabulous. Like I said, if you are flowing later, you can't make today, no big deal. You can't make the new time, no big deal. Just fast forward 5 minutes. But we're getting ready. We're all set up. So in 2 minutes, start our spiel. But I'm sending you love and light, and joy and magic. If you're getting ready, maybe grab 2 blocks, couch cushions, pillows, blankets can be great as well. Today is a yin flow, so you're going to be holding postures for long periods of time. So make sure to grab some props to support you. If you have a strap, cool. If you want to grab a scarf, you can even use like a t-shirt or sweatshirt. Not that I want you to stretch out your clothing, but it's going to be great. Namaste. I just had the most beautiful conversation with one of my best friends from Australia I haven't talked to in a really long time. So I am feeling so filled with gratitude and so thankful. So Natalie, Arky, if you can hear me, thank you guys for being there. And thank you all for being on this live. We are going to jump straight in. It's 12 o'clock. Cool. So happy Tuesday. Happy new moon in Aries, my friends. If you've never taken a yin flow today, I hope you enjoy it. This is going to be slow, deep stretching. So if you didn't hear me before, grab some blankets, couch cushions, pillows, blocks. If you've got them in your house, books can serve the same purpose. But because it is a new moon in Aries, we're going to really work to build fire throughout this flow and to release some of that fire, some of that anxiety, that stress, that tension that may be accumulating in your body. So let's just get straight into it, friends. We'll start in an easy seat. We've done this mudra together before, the Surya mudra. So take your palms, bring your ring fingers to your palm, and then bring your thumbs on top of that finger. Bring your hands to your knees. Soften your gaze or close your eyes down all together. Rock weight towards your tailbone. Create length through your spine. Take a breath in. Draw your shoulders up towards the sun. Breath out. Release your shoulders down your back. Begin to engage your belly, engage your core. Take another deep breath in through your nose. Elongate through your spine. Grow tall here. Squeeze your belly. Open mouth. Exhale. Good. We're going to kind of lion's breath, 𝕤𝕬𝕚 right now at the beginning of the flow. Take another breath in. Seal your lips. Feel the full circumference of your heart expanding your chest. Good. Exhale, lion's breath. Stick out your tongue and roar. Have fun with this breath. Breathe in. Seal your lips and hold. And feel that oxygen build in your chest. Lion's breath. Activate your 360 core. So stick out your tongue. Breathe in. Seal your lips and hold. Lion's breath. One more big breath in. 𝕤𝕬𝕚, lion's breath out. Okay, release your mudra. Bring your hands to your knees. Inhale, seated cow pose. Lift your gaze. Draw your shoulder blades towards your spine. Exhale, seated cow. Round your spine. Pull your shoulders forward. Inhale, seated cow pose. Lift and lengthen. Stretch through your core. Exhale, seated cow pose, curl in. Take a few more rounds of this rotation. Your option to add Kundalini circles, moving slowly to the right and slowly to the left. If you're opting for Kundalini circles, friends, start with big shapes here at the beginning. Working to create warmth and openness through your spine and lower back. And then as you move, get a little more authentic with your practice. Start to snake from side to side. Start to explore what feels extra tense, extra resistant. Nobody can see you, so get as weird as you want to get. Get as wild as you want to get. Just being mindful that it's still early in practice and that you may still be a little stiff, a little tight. Take 3 more rounds and be sure to even out your sides. If you're choosing this circular shape, like pose, lengthen your right leg long. Bring the sole of your left foot inside your right thigh. Begin to square your hips towards your toes. We have lots of options here, friends. If you have a tight lower back, tight hips, you have the option to utilize blocks. Frame your right leg with them. Bring your forearms to blocks. Maybe even bring several books or couch cushions here. Bring your forehead to them. If you have the depth, bring your chest down to your right thigh. Or maybe utilize blocks or books as tools to deepen the stretch and prop your right heel on your block or book. Place another at the base of your right foot. In a yin class, You're working to allow the body to create depth. Yes? So we're working to get deep into our connective tissue by holding poses for long periods of time. So don't worry if your shape doesn't look like mine. It shouldn't. It should look uniquely your own. Be happy with where you are in your body right now. And embrace the power of stillness. Your ability to work through resistance with quiet grace and with prana, with breath, with your life force. So dial your left shoulder slightly down. Draw your third eye towards the earth. And with each exhale, work to cultivate length through your spine. Eventually, working the crown of your head, your cosmic energy, to your toes, your earthly energy. Everything's connected, friends. Witness and experience that now. Use your breath. Breathe in. Lion's breath. You can keep lion's breath, 𝕤𝕚𝕚 going throughout the entirety of your practice. The aim or the purpose behind lion's breath, behind 𝕤𝕚𝕚, is that it helps to release anger, to release tension, to release some of those sensations and emotions that are proven to cause disease. So we can work to eliminate disease in the body by working to embrace dis-ease right now. You're over halfway. If you've really piled up a bunch of cushions beneath you have the option to point and flex into your foot as a way to access more space through the back of your right thigh. And then settle, friends, back down into stillness. Reconnect with your exhales. Breathe in. Open mouth, exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. If you're somebody that likes to exercise to music, I strongly encourage you to put on your favorite playlist or to play the one I left you all in the comments. Especially if you're brand new to yoga or to a meditative practice, this music can help zone you in on this moment. Be right here, right now. Our minute remains on this side. Notice if you're hunching forward in your shoulders. Work to release them down your back. You want this to be both active and restorative. Breathe in. Breathe out. 3 more big breaths together. Breathe in. 𝕤𝕚𝕚. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more big breath in. Lion's breath. And softly begin to rise halfway. If your heel was perched onto a prop, release it down to your mat. Work your right hand towards the inside of your right thigh, or option to bring your right hand to your knee. Okay, if there's okay. We're gonna work to lift the left arm up and over and reach our left hand towards our right foot. If you don't make hand to foot connection today, no worries. Bring your left hand to your right shoulder blade. This hand, the right hand to the left knee, can remind us of the importance of keeping both legs active. So I challenge you to try that on. You're working, friends, to shift weight to your right outer thigh, and at the same time to spin your heart space up towards the sun. We want to create length and space through our side body. So you should start feeling that through your lower back, through your side, maybe all the way up to your shoulder. This is an intense stretch. Yes. If you have a strap, or if you have a scarf or a t-shirt, you can always access this stretch in this way. So many different opportunities to access depth in these poses. Your challenge is to remain connected to your breath the entire time. So work to gaze past your left bicep, breathe through this tightness, invite space, and maybe lion's breath, come back to it. Breathe in, Simbasana. Breathe in, Simbasana. Keep it going if you want. You're over the halfway point here. Just 3 more big breaths. At the end of your 3rd breath cycle, begin to roll in. Softly lift your chest. Woo! Bring your left hand behind your left glute, point into your right toes. Inhale, lift it up, butterfly pose. Draw your hips off the earth. Reach your right hand behind you. Invite that yummy stretch. Big breath in. Good. Big breath out. Soften down to your mat. Hold your left leg long. Bring the sole of your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Use your blocks however you did on the right side. Gosh, I'm stuck on my foot. Or notice, friends, if this side's a little more open or maybe it's more tight. Unlike vinyasa, where sometimes we want to like wobble and tremble and like really feel our aliveness, feeling our aliveness is a little bit different in this yin class. So I want to challenge you, if you are shaking because you're pulling your leg with so much force, to back off a little. And we want our body to open up at its own pace this practice. During this particular flow, on this particular day, I really want to invite you to deepen your relationship with yourself, to really celebrate where your body's at, to celebrate the fact that you're doing something healthy. There are 7 of us together right now, and others will be joining later on. That's amazing. That's so cool that we can do this and do something healthy as a community. So honor that. Let this be a blessing for yourself in these moments, an opportunity to really work out what doesn't serve you in a healthy way. This particular day, the Aries new moon, is all about the power of the self, leaning into your dreams, your ambitions, what you're hoping to achieve in the world. For some of us, that can be a really daunting thought right now. It can feel like everything's crumbling down, but I challenge you to really shift your perspective and to see this newfound opportunity to stay at home and work on you as a gift and as an opportunity for you to start leaning into some of the things that you wouldn't ordinarily have the opportunity to lean into. Yeah, like this right now, flowing at noon. How many of us get to do this ordinarily in our day? Not many of us. I miss doing this, so I'm so grateful that you're here with me. Stay connected to your exhales. Notice when your breath is growing silent. Breathe in. Breathe out. In. Breathe out. You're over the halfway point. So see if you can add a prop or remove a prop. Notice with each exhale, if you're getting a little more length through your more minute. Make this minute count. Let's take 3 lion's breaths together. Breathe in. Lion's breath. 2 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1 more big breath in. Big breath out. Softly remove your props or set them aside to utilize them here in a moment. Again, you have options. Maybe bring your left hand to your right knee. Reach your right arm up and over and work to capture your extended leg in your right palm. And you have the option to do what we did before. Take your left hand to your extended foot. Lots of options. If you don't have that reach yet, bring your right hand to your left shoulder blade. Notice what makes you feel more stable, whether your hand is here or whether your hand is here. Where can you access more depth through your side body? You have the time in this shape to play with the variation. Work to spin weight into your left outer thigh. Work to gaze up past your right bicep. Welcome the discomfort. Embrace the discomfort. I read something yesterday. I posted it after because I thought it was such a beautiful metaphor. It was about seedlings, and for a seed to blossom and truly grow, it has to completely crack open, completely come undone. And I think that's a really beautiful metaphor for what's happening to so many of us right now. And the same is true of your practice. There are going to be days on your mat when you're on, when you're feeling it, when you're really tapping into new angles, new depth, and there are going to be days when you're going to wonder, why is my body not doing what I want it to do? It's all part of the journey. Just celebrate where you are, breathe through it. Just challenge yourself to move. Yes, namaste. Check in, see. Can reach a little further. Avoid turning inwards. Work to spin your heart space up. Just those half-inch gains make all the difference in the world. You're so close, friends. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take 3 big breath cycles on your own. Make them count. At the end of your 3rd breath cycle, start to draw your right shoulder down. With control, rise back to a seat. There may be stiffness in your lower back. That's normal. Bring your right hand behind your right glute. Lift it up, butterfly. Send your left arm away from you. Breathe in. On your exhale, soften down. Hi, friends. Okay. We are going to move into cow face, legs on the right. So cross your right leg over your left. Heel toe your feet out wide. Maybe they're parallel with your knees. Your knees might be flat on the ground. So like I said in yesterday's flow, if you're a dancer, you can come to double pigeon. We will come to double pigeon later, so you'll get the double of the time. The outside edges of your feet, just play around for a moment. As Westerners, our IT bands, our psoas get so tight from sitting and from some of that high intensity exercise that we do. So we really have to work consciously on these spaces in the body to create openness. And you can always support yourself by bringing some blankets, some towels, in any openness. You can stay here in a seat. Or if you're ready, walk your hands forward. Maybe bring your forearms to a block, to a book, to a cushion. We're here for several minutes. So allow yourself, again, to open up slowly and consciously. We want both glutes glued firmly to our mat. So work to shimmy your glutes from side to side to make that happen. And use your fingertips to drive your hips towards the floor like you would sometimes in child's pose, just to create that anchor in the body. And then as you're here a little longer, bring that tension out of your fingertips. What's so powerful in a yin flow, I think, is the way in which our breath can help us begin to let go. So what I talk to my classes a lot about is the fight or flight response in the reptilian brain. So we are not cavemen and women. We don't need to fight off saber-toothed tigers on the day-to-day, although for some of us it might feel like that's our new reality. You are safe at risk of being punched. That's what happens to our body when we get into some of these shapes. It feels like it's unsafe. It flinches and tightens more to protect us from the discomfort, the pain, the dis-ease. So it's our responsibility as practitioners right now to train the body to soften, to train the body to get deeper into the breath. To use our exhales to help us identify and recognize where we're holding on. So use your exhales to help you do that. Identify the resistance. Your breath is like fire. Your breath holds the ability to melt away this discomfort. You're over halfway, friends. See if you can create a little more depth. Maybe walk your hands forward. Maybe draw your chest a little closer to your thighs. If you're still upright here, that's okay. Maybe you can shimmy your knee over a little bit more, eventually stacking knee on knee. So good, friends. One more minute. Make it count. Breathe in. Breathe out. 3 more big breaths. Breathe in. Lion's breath. Breathe in. Simbasana. One more breathe in together. Simbasana. Slowly begin to rise, friends. Keep your cow-faced legs. Bring your right hand to your right hip. Send your left arm up towards the sky. Take a breath and grow tall. On your breath out, twist. Hook your left elbow outside your right leg. Maybe lift your right hand. Bring your thumbs to your sternum. We're working to gaze over our right shoulder, friends, out our left eye. Avoid rounding, curving into your spine. Maintain plank, and with each exhale, deepen your twist. I really love this supine variation. I think it enables us to get even deeper into the back of the right hip, to really open up some of those pockets that maybe we were close to tapping into in that long hold. Good. 3 big breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Big breath in. Big breath out. Steady. That's your edge. Work to hold your edge. See if we can take that twist a little deeper. 3 more breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more big breath in. Big breath out. Mindfully return to center. Take your hands outside your left hip. Just gently twist the opposite way. Maybe lower your chest towards the earth and rise back up. You can repeat that twice more if you'd like. And then unwind. Find a sense of freedom. Bend into your knees. And we'll move in to side 2. Cow face, legs on the left. So work to cross your left leg over your right. You'll toe your feet out wide. Again, if you took double pigeon on the other side, great. Move into that here. If this was a little too intense for you, remember you have that option to lower to your back, take reclined cow face legs, capture your feet or your ankles. Toy with where you're at in this particular shape. So utilize your blocks if you want them. Utilize your cushions if you were using them before. Shimmy your glutes from side to side. Work to root and anchor yourself down. I was feeling a little more energized, a little more fiery with this Aries energy. So this particular playlist is maybe a little more intense than a normal yin flow. That's okay though. Sometimes I like doing yin flows to rap. It just depends on my mood or vibe. There's no right or wrong, right? Celebrate your authenticity, friends. Use your breath as fuel. We're in these long holds, especially in these hip openers. We are experiencing our habitual holding patterns coming to life, right? And these habitual holding patterns that surface in the physical body oftentimes are surfacing in a lot of other ways outside of our mat. So if we can begin to recognize those right here, if we can begin to observe our reactivity in some of these shapes right now, we can support ourselves in leading a life that's more peaceful and filled with more ease off of our mats, right? Because we have the opportunity right now to subconsciously train the body to soften, to release, to surrender. And that word surrender can oftentimes carry such a negative connotation in our world. It's oftentimes associated with giving up. But in the context of yoga, surrender is on par with enlightenment. And enlightenment, simply put, is everlasting peace. Starts right here with the physical shapes and with breath work. When we combine the two, we're working towards enlightenment. We're working towards deep peace within. How cool is that? So close, friends. One more minute. We can connect with lion's breath, Simbasana. Find a little more depth. Breathe in. Simbasana. Breathe in. Simbasana. Big breath in. Big breath out. 3 more. Keep them going. Softly rise to a seat, friends. We'll move into that supine variation. Bring your left hand behind your left glute. Extend your right hand to the sky. Take a breath in. And on your breath out, twist. Hook your right elbow outside your left thigh. Maybe bring your palms to touch. It's okay if this right knee begins to elevate off your left. As you can notice, mine definitely is in this shape, and especially on this side. Again, avoid the rounding, the curving of the spine. Stay nice and lifted here. Working to extend the crown of your head up. Breath in, lift. Breath out, twist. Breath in, lift and lengthen. Breath out, twist and open. Use your exhales to find that little bit of depth, that half-inch gain. Challenge yourself to deepen that sensation through the back of your left glute. And stay present here. Move towards your edge. Invite some stillness here for a moment. Almost there, friends. Notice if your breath is going silent like mine, get louder. Take your right hands outside your right glute. Gentle twist the opposite way. Maybe lower your chest to the earth and then rise back up to a seat. Option to repeat that a couple of times. Then we're gonna open up. Before we come back to our last few major hip openers, we're gonna move into straddle split, seated wide-legged forward fold, 𝕚𝕚𝕚 Konasana, the dragon fly. Lots of names for these shapes, yeah? Spread your legs as wide as they'll go. Bring your hands behind your glutes, shimmy your weight forward a few inches. Find a little more depth here. If your spine's rounding and curving, take a pillow, a cushion, a block, sit on top of it to give yourself a little bit of a firmer anchor and support. You can stay lifted. You might already be feeling this through your inner thighs. Flex your feet towards your face. Or option, to begin walking your hands forward. When your spine begins to round, bring blocks or a pillow, a cushion underneath you and stay propped up. That's your edge. Breathe into it. Or maybe lower your chest all of the way down to the floor. Like so. We're going to be here for several breaths. And while stillness is, yes, part of our focus here, I feel like I'm like reaching towards you. Let's imagine we're pulling each other. Woo! That can be such a good variation. So if you have somebody flowing with you, you could do straddle splits facing, and you could hold hands and pull each other just gently to give yourselves a little more depth. I'm just energetically giving you a little bit of loving kindness right now. Maybe point your toes and flex your feet. Again, you have that opportunity to just really play with where that tightness is being harnessed in the body, or rather where it's being harbored in the body. We want to identify where those trigger points are so we have an idea of where we can send the breath. Throughout this practice, as you're working to connect with the deepest and innermost layers of your physical body, kindness, on appreciation, on adoration for yourself. Why? Because our energy and our intentions are powerful. And today is traditionally a time when we set intentions that we hope to see manifest in the next 6 months. We're planting seeds so they can break open and blossom into what we want them to become. So use this as a time to celebrate what you're doing, to celebrate where you are right now, and then to envision. If you continue on this path, making positive shifts right now, how positive the outcomes will be tomorrow and 6 months from now. Yes, almost good. Two more minutes here, friends. You can maintain stillness the whole time, or you can just point and flex one foot at a time. Just working to shake up and open up. It's resistant. Find your edge. Roll towards your inner thigh. These last few breath cycles. Breathe in. Open mouth, exhale. Breathe in. Open mouth, exhale. One more big breath in. Big breath out. With control. Rise up to a seat. Take your time. Woo! Softly draw your knees in towards one another. And give yourself a huge embrace. So much love in this moment. Squeeze everything in. Counteract that expansion. House. Just working to invite some lift through the heart. Before we move in, that's okay. Hands here, that's okay. If you have a lot of space between the knee and the earth, bring blankets, couch cushions, any of that, because you're going to be really feeling that in this seat, and that's normal, and that just means that you have so many opportunities to grow and evolve. If your knee is essentially connecting with your foot, option to begin walking your hands forward. Maybe bring forearms to the earth, maybe to a cushion, maybe to blocks, whatever you choose. Maybe third eye comes down to the mat. So fire log double pigeon itself, coming here towards the end of the flow and feel incredibly intense. This is where we can start getting impatient. This is where we can start getting jittery, where we start picking up our phones or doing any number of things to distract us. The hard work that you've been doing throughout this flow to really see the fruits of your practice start to manifest. So avoid the urge to get out of something. Rather work to really commit to your practice, to your breath, to your body. Notice the longer you hold and your ability to shift a little more weight into your right glute and unpack again more of that tightness. Observe how your exhales starts to just, it's almost like not a popping sensation in a negative way, but it's almost like a pop, a release, like when you're popping those bubbles in that wrap that comes in packaging. It's just like creating this openness. It's such a magical thing. Enjoy that opportunity. Tap into that opportunity. You're meeting the halfway point. So check in with your props. See if you can lower your forearms down a little more. Walk your fingers forward a little more. You can feel your energy, friends. You're so strong. Keep going. Keep breathing. Pranayama in Sanskrit literally translates as life expansion. Pranayama itself is breath work, or the practice of connecting with one's breath. And the fact that it translates as life expansion, I think, is so powerful. Not only can you feel this expansiveness within your body, but it supports expansiveness in your world, the ability to shift your perspective, to embrace obstacles, to see them as blessings, to move through hardship with grace. The world needs more of that. So embody your own power, your ability to take part in that, to better the world by bettering yourself right now. Big breath in, big breath out. Big breath in, big breath out. One more, breathe in, fill up. Mouth exhale. Good, you did it on the right. Softly rise. Maybe lengthen your legs long. Bend into your knees, shake it out. Whew. And let's move in to fire log, double pigeon on the other side this time. Right leg's the base. Take your left foot, work it up towards your knee. See where it lands. There may be a lot more space on this side, or maybe this side's more open. We always have one side that gives us a little more trouble than the other, and there's lots of reasons for that. One can be injury, yes. Sometimes we hold tension on different sides of the body. Sometimes our more dominant side is tighter because it's overcompensating, doing more work. But we're ending here on the left, ending here with our lunar energy. So work to embody the essence of the moon today and stay as present in this shape on the left as you did on half butterfly at the very beginning of class. Why? Because you deserve this. Why? Because you have been on here for almost an hour connecting with your body. You're magical. Get the most out of your practice right now. When you notice the body raising off the ground and squeezing to protect itself from that discomfort or disease, see if you can just soften a little. You hold the ability to do it. You just have to trust yourself and surrender. Yes. Emotions start to surface, the tears start to well and surfacing, something that's ready to be released from your body, and use your exhale to send it out, working so deep into your hips, working to create peace, to create ease in the body, and you're beyond the halfway point. So really get loud in these last few minutes. Find that little bit of depth, that half-inch gain. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Now one more big breath in together. Oneness is our true nature. Big breath out together. Unity. Yes, friends, your magic. Rise back to a seat. Lengthen your legs long. Pedal out your feet. Okay, we're gonna do one gentle back bend. And then we'll use a strap or a scarf or a t-shirt if it's accessible to you. I'll give you a couple options if you don't have that today. But take a moment, lengthen your legs long, form an L and a J with your palms. Then take your thumbs, shimmy them into your glutes. Begin to lift your chest. You can stay right here or begin to lower your forearms down to the earth. Again, lift your chest up towards the sky and lower the top of your head towards your mat. Take shallow breaths here. And softly begin to shimmy your arms out and lower down to your backs. If you have a strap, loop it around the sole of your right foot, maybe a scarf, maybe a t-shirt. You can always take your peace fingers and loop them around your big toe or hand to your foot. Just take a moment, draw your right leg towards your right shoulder. And maybe you stay right here. Or if it's available to you, move to reclined big head to toe pose. Let your right leg fall to the right. Gaze left. If your left hip leaves off the floor like mine just did, work to glue it back down to your mat. Don't worry about your foot meeting the earth. Just worry about good. Then lift your right leg. If you have a strap or a scarf, take it in your left hand, move to reclined, revolved big head to toe pose. Let your right leg fall the opposite way. Keep both shoulder blades glued firmly into your mat. It's okay that the right hip lifts off the floor in this shape. Take 3 big breath cycles. Use the strength of your core to lift your right leg up, change sides. Take this opportunity to draw your leg towards your shoulder. You can hang here the whole time if you choose. One more, move to reclined big head to toe pose. Let your left leg fall to the left. Glue your right hip down to your mat. Take 3 big breath cycles. And use your core. Lift your left leg. Change sides. Recline, revolved. Big head to toe pose. Firm your shoulder blades into the earth. And lift your left leg back up. Send your prop to the side. Draw your knees into your chest, friends. Give yourself so much love in this moment. You deserve it. And send your arms and legs out wide. For your final resting posture of Clash of Asana. Take up space. Your tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth. And just breathe. Cue you out of this pose. When we're ready, stay in this meditative pose for as long as you like, beautiful friends. But if you're ready to move on with your Tuesday afternoon, bring soft awareness back to your fingers and toes. Allow your ankles and your wrists. Curl to the left for your sacred breath, for your beautiful life. And when you're ready, rise to a seat at the top of your mat. Take a breath in. Send your arms up to the sky. Gather your blessings. And on your exhale, pull them in towards your heart. Beautiful friends. May all happiness find you. May all love surround you. And may the pure light within you guide your way on. Namaste. Namaste, beautiful friends. Hi, thank you so much for joining me for today's Yin Flow. I hope that you had fun. We will be doing Yin again on Thursday, Vinyasa tomorrow and Friday, and some breath work on Saturday. You can always access these flows later, so if noon doesn't work for you, you can jump onto the YouTube channel and take it delayed. Please send your feedback. I would love it. Do some journaling and set some intentions for this new moon. Maybe you want to do the same thing. Again, this is a time to really lean into self-care, and that is what today is truly all about. So thank you for spending this time investing in yourself. Continue to do so, and maybe take it a step further by writing it down, and by then going outside and speaking these intentions into the universe. I think that that's so powerful to actually articulate and share it. So yeah, give that a go. All my love friends, namaste. Bye.